Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're zooming in specifically on Scorpios and their planetary placements in 2026. We are mapping out a truly fascinating hero's journey here. So, if you have a Scorpio moon or really any significant Scorpio placements, you are definitely going to want to pay close attention. Based on our astrological sources, 2026 is distinctly split right down the middle. We're going to trace a powerful transition from a period of deep internal struggle, which, let's be honest, Scorpios are already pretty familiar with, straight into a phase of massive outward reward. Okay, let's dive right into this by asking a pretty big question. What actually happens when your destiny shifts practically overnight? Because in June 2026, the astrological weather for Scorpios doesn't just gradually change, it completely flips. We're talking about a major cosmic portal opening up that entirely redefines your luck, your career, and your daily life. But to truly understand the height of the peaks coming in the summer, we first have to understand the depth of the valleys in the winter and spring. To make sense of this shift, we need to quickly define the eighth house. In Vedic astrology, the eighth house is a heavy, highly introspective space. It's associated with deep transformation, hidden matters, shared resources, and psychological healing. Actually, let's just say it, it is not an easy house. When planets gather here, the universe is essentially demanding that you do some serious inner work. You have to face your hidden fears and undergo a period of intense, deep healing. But then we have the ninth house, which is the exact opposite. If the eighth house is the dark, quiet cocoon, the ninth house is the butterfly finally taking flight. It's an outward-looking realm full of optimism, global opportunities, higher learning, mentors, and most importantly, fortune. It's literally known as the house of luck and destiny. And this contrast perfectly tells the tale of two halves for Scorpios in 2026. You are moving from a quiet, intense period of internal healing from January to May directly into an explosive period of external luck and expansion from June clear through to December. You literally cannot skip the first half to get to the second. That introspective work you do early in the year, that's the exact fuel you're going to use to power your expansion later on. Section 1. The eighth house ordeal. Up until June 1st, Jupiter acts as your Ashtama guru, meaning it's sitting right there in your eighth house. Because of this, you might feel kind of tested on multiple fronts. We're talking sudden, unplanned expenses popping out of nowhere, or maybe some complex tax issues. At work, you might sense these hidden tensions or office politics simmering just under the surface. Plus, with K2 hanging out in your 10th house of career during this time, you might feel this strange emotional disconnect, like a real dissatisfaction with your professional life, even if, on paper, everything looks totally fine to everyone else. Honestly, it can lead to some real psychological and physical fatigue. Section 2. Routines for physical vitality. Listen, to survive this eighth house ordeal, you have to ground the mystical into the deeply practical. You can't just think your way out of these transits. You've got to physically manage them. Your physical vitality, that is absolutely your shield for the first 5 months of the year. So, how do we handle this intense stress? By sticking to simple, compound habits. Our sources really highlight keeping consistent sleep and wake times to keep your nervous system calm. And during those colder early months, make sure you're eating warm foods and staying hydrated to keep your immunity strong. Get outside for morning walks or do some light workouts for steady energy. And this one is absolutely crucial to combat that eighth house anxiety. Enforce digital downtime before bed. Just put the screens away. Give your mind a real chance to rest. By prioritizing these practical steps, something amazing happens. By the time June rolls around, you will have built the physical stamina and emotional stability needed to handle the massive influx of energy that's about to hit you. Our sources actually note that June is the absolute perfect time to finalize fixing any of those lingering bad habits. You are literally clearing the psychological and physical decks for what comes next. Section 3. The June planetary shift. Okay, here's the climax of the year. All that heavy, intense eighth house energy is about to break. Just look at how fast the planets are shifting this month. June 2nd is the huge one. Jupiter enters Cancer, your ninth house, where it's exalted. That means it's operating at its absolute highest power. Then, a week later, on June 9th, Venus joins the party in the ninth house. The sun dips into the eighth house briefly on the 16th for some final, deep healing, but then boom, on June 23rd, Mercury surges right into your ninth house too. The universe is literally pulling you out of the shadows and thrusting you into this expansive space of higher learning and global opportunity. This quote from the astrological sources perfectly captures the sheer magnitude of exalted Jupiter entering your ninth house on June 2nd. It's a Bhagya Udaya phase. Now, in Vedic astrology, that translates to the rise of your luck and fortune. It means that the universe is no longer testing you, it is actively conspiring to help you. Your destiny finally begins to align with and support your hard work. Section 4. Ninth House Career Expansion. So all that hard work, the discipline, the emotional resilience you had to build in the first half of the year, it is about to pay off in a massive way. This ninth house activation brings a complete shift to your career trajectory. Between June and October, opportunities are just going to naturally flow your way, regardless of what life stage you're currently in. If you're early in your career, expect some really strong support from mentors taking you under their wing. Oh, and those projects that kept getting delayed, they'll finally get the green light. Now, if you're in your mid-career, kind of in that legacy-building phase, your strategic thinking is going to become incredibly sharp. You can expect phenomenal growth in fields like teaching, consulting, or law, and it could even unlock foreign markets and some incredible international business chances. To truly capitalize on all of this, you've got to focus on the big picture. Jupiter's exalted placement creates what's known as a Dana Yoga. This is a seriously powerful astrological alignment that indicates wealth and financial stability. But notice the wording here. This is about wealth building. We're not talking about chasing risky short-term profits or day trading. It's a time to use your new connections and that sharp, visionary thinking to build long-term, lasting financial security. Section 5. Embracing your destiny. Now, remember a fundamental rule in astrology: the planets incline, but they do not compel. To maximize this golden period, you still have to actively step into this new destiny. You can't just sit back on the couch and wait for a promotion to fall in your lap, right? Accept the guidance that mentors offer you. Don't let pride get in the way. And avoid overconfidence. Remember that luck supports action. It absolutely doesn't replace it. Our sources also suggest some specific remedies to honor Jupiter, like donating yellow items, such as China doll or yellow clothing on Thursdays. And above all else, practice daily gratitude. Remaining thankful keeps your mindset abundant and maintains that awesome positive momentum. So, the ultimate takeaway from this explainer is that those early 2026 struggles, the fatigue, the sudden expenses, the emotional disconnect, they are strictly preparation. They are building your physical and emotional muscles, which leaves us with one final vital question for you to chew on. When that ninth house destiny portal bursts open in June, bringing the mentors, the wealth, and the incredible career expansion, will you be healthy, grounded, and ready to step through it?